We're done gatekeeping. Finding the right supplier on Fleek can feel like a full-time job. We're constantly getting questions asking, what supplier should I go for? We've looked at the data and we've found the leading supplier for each top category on Fleek. These may be suppliers that you've heard of before and some maybe you've never heard of. There are thousands of suppliers on Fleek and so many good ones. This is just a small list of suppliers that we recommend from each category. And if you've got any recommendations, please comment below, don't gatekeep. We're all just trying to grow our businesses here. The key to finding a good supplier is to check the ratings on Fleek, the reviews, and the repeat buyers. The repeat buyers tell you how many people have gone back to that supplier time and time again. And when you find a supplier that works for you, make sure to build a relationship with that supplier. Send an offer, start a chat, start building that relationship, and this is the best way to unlock the best deals. If you're a reseller, this is Fleek's ultimate guide to finding the right supplier for your business. Okay, we're going to start with key best-selling categories that you can find on Fleek. Starting with branded menswear. Branded menswear is one of our best-selling categories on Fleek. We're talking branded polo shirts, outerwear, jackets, all those kind of things. That counts as branded menswear. This is super popular amongst many resellers that buy on Fleek because of the margins you can get from these categories. Okay, starting with button-up shirts. So this can be Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger, Lacoste, unbranded shirts. The supplier we recommend for this is Diamond Vintage. This is one of our biggest suppliers on Fleek. They have a rating of 4.8 stars out of 5, over 300 repeat buyers. A similar category, polo shirts. Again, this could be Ralph Lauren, Lacoste. These branded polo shirts are very, very popular, especially in summertime. The supplier we recommend for this is Vintage Central. They have 4.9 stars out of 5, and again, over 300 repeat buyers. Moving on to track pants. This is your Nike track pants, your Adidas track pants, your Umbro track pants. Again, quite popular in the springtime or between seasons. The supplier we recommend for this is Thrift Drip. They have 4.7 stars out of 5 and 77 repeat buyers. One thing to know is we typically recommend, if you're just starting out at Fleek and you haven't built relationships with suppliers yet, to always go for suppliers with 4.5 stars and above. And moving on to a winter category now, puffer jackets are one of our most popular categories in the winter because you buy for a slightly more expensive price, but you can flip it for 3 times the amount of profit you bought it for. So say you buy a puffer for £20, you might be able to flip that puffer for £80 or more. And the supplier we recommend for this is Retro Fashion. This supplier has 4.5 stars out of 5 and 55 repeat buyers. Trench coats are a vintage staple and people are looking for them every single winter. The supplier we recommend for this is Diamond Vintage again, one of our biggest suppliers on Fleek. So as I said, 4.8 stars and over 300 repeat buyers. But yeah, that's our recommended supplier for trench coats. So that's everything for the branded menswear staples. Now moving on to workwear. Workwear jackets again is a vintage staple. On Fleek, our suppliers have a plethora of unbranded workwear jackets and then your branded workwear jackets like Dickies and Carhartt. It's important to note that Carhartt workwear jackets are like gold dust for resellers and they're really hard to come by. For workwear jackets, the supplier we recommend is Thrift Kings. Thrift Kings has 4.6 stars out of 5 and 180 repeat buyers. So if you're looking to stock up on workwear and Carhartt workwear jackets, you're best to start building that relationship with the suppliers now because that's the best way to get the best deals on these grail products and these high demand vintage categories. Okay, now moving on to denim products. So your jeans, your shorts, your skirts, every year, every season, denim is always going to be in demand. So yeah, let's get into our recommended suppliers for denim. Moving on to hip hop jeans. So this is kind of your like cool streetwear baggy style jeans. Again, a really popular category on Fleek and in the vintage industry in general. The supplier we recommend is Asian Trader. This supplier again has a 4.5 out of 5 star rating and 14 repeat buyers. For the suppliers that have slightly less repeat buyers, what we recommend is that you either buy exact bundles so you can see exactly what you're getting in your bundle, or start a chat with them and ask questions. If you see a bundle that you like but you're not sure whether to trust it, you can start that conversation with them, ask them to send more photos, ask them about the sizing and negotiate prices that way. So that's what we recommend to get the best experience out of your supplier. And then for denim shorts, the supplier that we recommend is Trade Vintage. They have a 4.9 out of 5 star rating and they also have 73 repeat buyers. And then for mini skirts, the supplier that we recommend is Legacy Vintage. They have a 4.9 out of 5 star rating and 62 repeat repeat buyers. They also stock Y2K jeans and hip hop shorts too. Okay, so for denim skirts, the supplier that we recommend is Vintage Master. They've got a 5 out of 5 star rating and 68 repeat buyers, so a super solid pick here if you're looking for vintage mini skirts. They also have a wide selection of shorts and Y2K denim as well. Okay, now that we've covered a little bit of women's wear with those denim skirts, let's move on to more Y2K categories and the supplies that we recommend. Cami tops, obviously a Y2K staple. This you can be sourcing all year round. The supplier we recommend for this category is the Ethereal Wardrobe. They have 4.8 stars out of 5 and over 200 repeat buyers. These again is one of our biggest suppliers on Fleek and a super reliable choice when it comes to Y2K products. The second supplier we recommend for Y2K categories is Retro Thrift Store. Again, one of our biggest suppliers on Fleek. They've got 4.7 stars out of 5 and over 400 repeat buyers. Finally, the last supplier that we recommend for Y2K categories is It's Pre-Loved. They've got 4.3 stars out of 5, but they've got around 250 repeat buyers. If you're sourcing Y2K on Fleek, the best way to do it is to schedule a hand pick. This is basically just a video call that you get on with the supplier. You can send them a mood board beforehand and kind of the brands and the kind of styles that you're looking for, so that the supplier will come prepared to the video call with stock that they've curated for you. I'd say this is how most of our women's wear Y2K resellers source Y2K on Fleek, is by scheduling that hand pick. For vintage t-shirts, we kind of have 2 styles of t-shirts that are most popular on Fleek, and that is single stitch t-shirts and then vintage band tees. The supplier that we recommend for single stitch t-shirt is MH Vintage. They've got a 4.9 star rating and over 200 repeat buyers. And then for vintage band tees, the supplier that we recommend is Vintage Visions. They've got 4.8 star rating on Fleek and 180 repeat buyers. Okay, so we've covered most of the top selling categories on Fleek. Let's move on to brands. This is a list of our most popular best selling brands, and we're gonna give you supplier recommendations for each of those brands. Starting off strong with Ralph Lauren, our best selling brand on Fleek. What supplier do we recommend for you to stock up on Ralph Lauren? Firstly, we recommend Diamond Vintage. As spoken of before, it's one of our biggest suppliers on Fleek, so they have a lot of access to Ralph Lauren. For Ralph Lauren, we also recommend Vintage Storm. They have a 4.8 star rating out of 5 and a whopping 480 repeat buyers. So many people are stocking up on Ralph Lauren from Vintage Storm, and this is a very solid pick if you're looking to source branded items. If you're looking to stock up on Nike, whether that's shorts, track pants, windbreakers, t-shirts, that kind of thing. The Ethereal Wardrobe, which we spoke of before, who have a 4.9 star rating out of 5 and over 200 repeat buyers. We spoke a little bit about Carhartt before. For Carhartt as a whole, we have the same recommendations. So if you're looking to stock up on Carhartt, we recommend you start with Thrift Kings. If you're looking to stock up on Y2K denim and those classic Y2K denim brands like Miss Me, True Religion, Rock Revival, the supplier that we recommend is Creed Vintage. Creed Vintage is one of the biggest suppliers on Fleek, if not the biggest supplier on Fleek at the moment. They've got a super solid rating of 4.9 stars out of 5 and over 1,000 repeat buyers. So you know you can rely on this supplier. Many people are coming back to this supplier time and time again. One of our fastest growing brands on Fleek is Lululemon. We get the question all the time, what is the best supplier to go for if I'm looking to stock up on Lululemon? So the supplier that we recommend is Vintage Central. They've got a 4.9 star out of 5 rating and they've got over 300 repeat buyers. Finally, for brands, we have Coach. Coach bags are super popular at the moment for anyone sourcing Y2K. They're very easy to flip because you don't need sizing, and that's why they've become so popular. And the supplier that we recommend for Coach is Retro Thrift Store, a very reliable Y2K supplier with 4.7 stars out of 5 and over 400 repeat buyers. So there's that. These are all the suppliers that we recommend for each top category on Fleek. Final disclaimer, while we do recommend these suppliers, we understand that this is secondhand fashion. This is used clothing. So your wholesale bundle might not always be exactly what you anticipated, and that's fine. Luckily with Fleek, you have buyer protection. So that means if your order isn't quite what you expected, you can open a ticket with our support team and we'll offer you support as soon as possible. Anyway, I hope this video is useful and that you find your next favorite vintage wholesale supplier, and drop a comment below if you have any supplier recommendations.